We see animals as our pets, our companions, but could they be something more? We're about to explore some absolutely incredible true stories that, honestly, they challenge the very line between what we call animal instinct and what looks a lot like real, intentional heroism. So, to really get into this, we have to kind of question the bond we share with them. What are they truly capable of when we're the ones in deep trouble? We think we know them, right? We share our homes with them, we see them every single day. But do we really, truly understand what they're capable of? Their capacity for what looks an awful lot like empathy. And that gets us right to the heart of it all. Can an animal make a conscious choice to step in when a human life is on the line? I mean, to actually put themselves in harm's way for one of us? It's a pretty wild thought. So, we're going to look at three incredible true stories that might just change how you see animals forever. And then we'll get into a little bit of the science behind these amazing acts. All right, our first story, it takes us to the beautiful, warm waters of the South Pacific near the Cook Islands. And this is where a marine biologist had a terrifying encounter that she will never, ever forget. So biologist Nan Hauser is in the water, and this massive 50,000-pound humpback whale starts acting really weird. It's pushing her. It's nudging her with its head. It even lifts her completely out of the water on its giant fin. She was, understandably, terrified. But here's the twist. Here's what Nan didn't know. While this enormous whale was pushing her around, a massive tiger shark was closing in. She believes now that the whale was deliberately, methodically placing its own body between her and that predator. And get this kind of thing isn't a total one-off. There was a documented case back in 2004 off the coast of New Zealand where a whole pod of dolphins circled a group of swimmers for 40 minutes, forming a protective wall to keep a great white shark away. Just incredible. Okay, from the deep ocean, our next story takes us somewhere completely different. A frozen, treacherous mountain in Croatia where the bond between a man and his dog was put to the ultimate test. A mountaineer was on a trail. He slips onto mice. And in just a heart-stopping moment, he and his Alaskan Malamute, a dog named North, they tumble a terrifying 500 feet down the side of this mountain. Miraculously, he survived the fall, but he was badly injured and totally unable to move. For 13 agonizing hours, he just lay there in the freezing dark, hoping, praying for a rescue. So he's stranded, helpless, but he wasn't alone. North, the dog, he was uninjured. He could have easily just left, saved himself, but he didn't. He refused to leave his owner's side. And this just shows you their incredible bond. When the rescue team finally got there, they found North lying right on top of the injured man, using his own body heat to keep him from freezing to death. The rescuers were clear. That dog's loyalty is what saved the man's life. All right, so we've been in the wild ocean, on a remote mountain. Now let's go to a city park in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. This is where a hero emerged from the most unexpected of places and ended up saving 2 lives. So a guy named Gary Tynes is just at the park when a pit bull starts barking at him like crazy. The dog was so persistent, it led Gary away from the park across a busy street and down this secluded path to a tent where its 2 owners were lying unconscious. Gary, of course, called 911 right away, and the couple was rushed to the hospital. They survived. And later, the owner left this incredibly emotional message online for the man who actually took the time to listen to their heroic dog. These stories are they're breathtaking, right? A whale, a Malamute, a pit bull, all from completely different worlds, all performing these incredible rescues. And that brings us to the really big question. What is actually going on here? I mean, are these animals acting on some complex kind of empathy? Do they understand another's distress? Or, is it just a conditioned response from living with us? Or maybe it's just a deep instinct to protect a member of their group, even if that member is a totally different species. Well, scientists actually have a term for this. They call it rescue behavior. The key part of this definition is the word appropriately. The animal doesn't just panic, it does something specific to solve the problem. And this is crucial. It puts itself at risk to do it. That risk, that's what takes us beyond simple instinct and into something truly extraordinary. But sometimes saving a life isn't about fighting off sharks or surviving the cold. Sometimes the most profound kind of rescue is about healing the heart and soothing the soul. I want you to meet Carrots. He was born with a congenital eye defect, and so sadly, he lost both of his eyes when he was just a little kitten. But he found a whole new way to see, right into the hearts of people who need him the most. Carrots works as a therapy cat in a hospice, and he provides comfort to terminally ill patients. His owner says he just seems to have this sixth sense for when people need him, calming their anxiety and just bringing them this profound sense of peace in their final hours. It's such a powerful reminder that being a hero isn't always some dramatic, physical act. Sometimes the biggest rescue is just that quiet, steady presence that saves us from loneliness, from ourselves. That is a different, but maybe an equally important kind of heroism. And that really makes you wonder, doesn't it? Whether it's driven by pure instinct or something more, their capacity for what looks so much like altruism and compassion, it kind of challenges us to be better ourselves. It asks us to look out for each other the same way they seem to so naturally look out for us.